Hi people, this is a brand new series of videos from Ashan Batepola Learning Studio. We will try to read through the Gospels of each Sunday and try to understand with a bit of reflection to it. So I'm starting with the 21st Sunday in the ordinary time. That's the 27th of August. First, I will read the Gospel reading for you. It's taken from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 16, verses 13 to 20. At that time, when Jesus came into the district of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, "Who do people say that the Son of Man is?" And they said, "Some say John the Baptist, others say Elijah, and others Jeremiah, or one of the prophets." He said to them, "But who do you say that I am?" Simon Peter replied, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." And Jesus answered him, "Blessed are you, Simon Bar-Jonah. Your flesh and blood has not revealed this to you, but my Father who is in heaven. And I tell you, you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. I will give you the keys of kingdom of heaven, and whatever you bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth shall be loosened in heaven." Then he strictly charged the disciples to tell no one that he was the Christ. Today we have a very beautiful Gospel reading where Jesus asks from his disciples, "Who do the people say that I am?" And as usual, the disciples, the apostles give various answers. Some of them say you are John the Baptist, because John the Baptist was a mighty prophet before Christ. And then some others say Elijah, the greatest of all prophets, and Jeremiah, the one of the greatest evangelizers, one of the greatest precursors, one of the greatest figures of the history of salvation. But this question that asked by Jesus after this is really important. See, "But who do you say that I am?" Who do you say? Now you told me about the others. Others tell you about me. But now the question is, who do you say that I am? As usual, our friend Simon Peter jumps in and says, he gives the answer, "You are Christ." Christ means the chosen one, the Son of God. And Jesus answered him. See, Simon could not have understood this mystery of God becoming man, God the Son coming down on earth to save the humankind. But he says, when Jesus asks, "Who do you say that I am?" he says, "You are Son of God. To me, you are Son of God." So Jesus praises him and he gives the power of the Church of Christ to Peter. This is one lesson that I want to leave you with. Jesus does not say, "I will build my churches." He says, "I will build my church on this rock." Just one church. My dear brothers and sisters, just one church. "And the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven." Keys is a sign of ownership, maturity, leadership. He just gave the keys of heaven to the leader of the one church that was founded by Christ. And if you go back in the history and see what is this church that comes down from the apostles, it is the Catholic Church. No other church claimed that. Therefore, we have a lot of prophets, pastors, this bishop, that bishop, another priest. But the Church of Christ, my friends, is just one. There are no 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or thousands of churches, just one church that he found. And he found that on Peter. So obviously there has to be apostolic succession happening within a church for that church to be called truly apostolic, and it should be, or it could be called, the true Church of Christ. So you know where you stand. Now, answering the question that Jesus asked, who do you say that I am? Okay, we belong to an apostolic church that has apostolic roots that Jesus himself found. That's all a collective thing. But personally, have I experienced the love of God? Personally, am I a child of God? Let's try to answer this question this week. Who do you say that Christ is? So after I finished filming the previous part that you watched, I realized that the gospel reading of the previous Sunday, that is the 20th of August, actually links to this one. Let me first read the gospel for you. At that time, Jesus went away and withdrew to the district of Tyre and Sidon. And behold, a Canaanite woman from that region came out and was crying, "Have mercy on me, O Lord, Son of David. My daughter is severely oppressed by a demon." But he did not answer her a word. And his disciples came and begged him, saying, "Send her away, for she is crying out after us." He answered, "I was sent only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel." But she came and knelt before him, saying, "Lord, help me." And he answered, "It is not right to take the children's bread and throw it to the dogs." She said, "Yes, Lord. Yet even the dogs eat the crumbs that fall from their master's table." Then Jesus answered her, "O woman, great is your faith. Be it done for you as you desire." And her daughter was healed instantly. In the previous passage, we saw a grand declaration by Peter saying that Jesus is the Lord. Here, some I have heard even in my childhood, when we went for feasts, when we went for masses, some were preaching that, saying Jesus, or even you might think, I might think, Jesus was very narrow-minded. He was being racist, calling this woman a dog. Let me take you back a little bit in the Bible. These people, the Canaanites, the people of these regions, were not believing or worshipping the God of Israel. So they had all these funny, or rather it is very, so to say, it's very pathetic practices of including child sacrifices. So you might remember what happened after people came out of the Egypt. They had a bull built and they worshipped. Similar type of things were happening. They were not focusing, they were not worshipping the God of Israel. Jesus says, "I have come to redeem, to be with the people of Israel." So they are my priority. But look at this word. He says, "It is not good, it's not right for me to take the bread of the children and throw it to the dogs." It's very blunt. It's clear. He doesn't hold back anything. But look at the answer of the woman. Lord, yet even the dogs eat the crumbs that fall from their master's table. When children eat with their parents, with their master, a stray dog never sits under your table. But it's a dog of the family. A dog of the family. So in saying this, the woman says, yes, as for now, I don't believe in your God. But Lord, you are my Lord. But I am in your family. In the previous gospel, in the previous reflection I told you, Peter declared openly saying, you are Christ. You are my God. Here, this woman declares it even more stronger. Though I do not worship your God as for now, Lord, you are mine. This is a strong declaration of faith. So here Jesus was not being silly. Jesus was not being bullying. Jesus was not being mean. Jesus was not being very narrow-minded. All that he wanted to hear from this woman was that I may not belong to your family as for now. But that does not mean that I cannot accept you as my Lord. So my dear friends, you may belong to various denominations, those of you who watch this, various religions. Religion should not be a hindrance for someone to come to light. So this woman's declaration is all the more stronger than that of Peter. And she comes back very nicely. See the reply of Jesus. O woman, great is your faith. Great is your faith. He never said this to Peter. So these two characters from two Sunday Gospels tells us, though we are not of the family, though we are far away, still we can acclaim, accept that Jesus is our Lord, is our Master. Faith does not have any boundaries. See you soon with another video. God bless you. Stay blessed.